I think when Tesla launches their robots, that kind of takes over Twitter and becomes a big narrative and the big thing in vogue. I think robotics will start to do well as a sector in TradFi, especially with Tesla. I think Tesla can become like the next NVIDIA. And I think that's going to cause people to look at the Web3 version of robotics. But that might be a while. Following from Paul's question and your response regarding the difficulty in deciding what to hold and what to invest in, I'm wondering in this context to what extent you might consider if a different tact might be useful going forward. To a great extent, this applies to DeepIn, for which many actually have business success already and are showing great growth prospects. GeoNet is a great example. In a sweet spot for many trends, the improvement in aviation navigation alone is a big deal, but the network is built out the value for autonomous vehicles and other robots and is huge. This is true to perhaps lesser extent for DeepIns like Silencio, which is why I pushed back on comments and made several weekends on this webinar. So all this to ask, are fundamentals more useful? I think fundamentals are useful when the sector is being talked about, right? When a sector is trending. But when it's not trending, unfortunately, it's not so useful. And fundamentals, I think, are useful if they're revenue driven and those revenues or fees are being used to buy back the token, right? Like Hyperliquid or Pump. So basically, is a project actively reinvesting that revenue back into its ecosystem to support basically token holders. Fundamentals in silence, where there's no big narrative kind of lifting up the sector. Sure. There's just so many different tokens fighting, so many great tokens fighting over limited capital that it's very hard to stand out outside of having a sector of the week or the month or having revenue to attract more capital into that project. I think that's just kind of the way it's played out this cycle. Since we've answered all the questions, let me know if there are any other questions and we'll get to them. If not, we'll just wrap things up. I know the market is a little slow, so not really much to write home about. But yeah, I think right now best to just kind of sit tight, wait for the market indicator to kind of begin trending up, wait for Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol to also start trending up and be bullish. The promising news looks like Senate or the whole government shutdown is about to end, which I think will be promising and kind of a bullish catalyst for both TradFi and crypto. So maybe that's kind of what's been suppressing the markets. So we'll have to kind of just wait and see. Maybe till probably end of the week.